Soundcloud-Skyzone.Society.
Yo, what's going on, my peoples, especially to my Yankee fans and Yankee fans only? What is popping off? You know what I mean? You tune into the Zone Sports Podcast. I'm one half of your host. I'm your boy Big V. If you tune in on the YouTube, you see my guy sitting across from me. You know what I mean? If you on the SoundCloud, yo, tell them who you is, my dude.
What's up, man? It's your boy Corey, aka Cool C, aka C double O. What the hell for my YouTube zoners out there? What that green sign says in the back, that be me, big dog.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Yo, man, before we even jump into the pod, let me let y'all know who we sponsored by. You know what I'm saying? We sponsored by my brand, Skyzone.Society. Make sure you're shopping at SkyZoneSociety.BigCartel.com for all your tees, your hats, your hoodies, your candles, your sweats, your sweatsuits. Oh, man, look, we got you covered, man. It's fall season. Head over there now, cop some gear. Word. Yo, man. How your week been, my dude?
Man, it's been a good week. I'm getting worked to death, man. It's kind of like you got to kind of watch what you ask for in life because, like before, like I got into like my career and things like that. I used to work a lot doing nights and overnights and the weekends and stuff like that. Anything but a normal 8 to 5. So I always said, man, you know what, man? If I could just find me a job where I could just work Monday through Friday from 8 to 5, I'm like, man, you could work me like a dog, man. I don't even care as long as I get the weekends off. Well, be careful what you ask for. I'm getting worked like a dog, but I get the weekends off. So that's just a bit of Corey nuggets to drop. Be careful what you ask for, because the man upstairs, aka Jesus, sweet baby Jesus is what I call him, aka JCZ. He's always listening to you, man. So just be careful what you ask for. Good week though. Overall, good problems to have though.
You know, man, I'm quite the opposite, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I always wanted a job where I had Monday and Tuesday off.
Really? Now you gotta explain to the people, because that's kind of not common.
Cause like me, I hate the beginning of the week. I hate Mondays and Tuesdays, and I always said, God, if you can put me in a position where I work for myself, I'm taking Mondays and Tuesdays off, guaranteed. Because you gotta, because for me, when I was at UPS for those 10 years, my shift was Sunday to Thursday. So that would interfere with me going out of town.
Oh, yeah, because you have to do that to work on Sunday.
And who wants to do that? Who wants to do you want to leave from work on Friday and be gone Saturday and Sunday. You might pop back up Sunday night about 12 o'clock at night. You know what I mean?
Yeah, still be good for working them. Okay.
Right, so me, I hate it. I'm telling you, like, I don't mind working on Sundays. I just want my Monday and Tuesdays off. And for me, that's why now, like me working for myself, I don't work on Monday and Tuesday. I don't. I'm chilling. I'm chilling like a villain on Monday and Tuesday, bro.
That Monday is definitely tough.
It's tough, bro. It's tough. My schedule is Wednesday through Sunday. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Monday and Tuesday, no, I'm not doing nothing. I'm not even entertaining no business.
Well, that's the beauty of being a boss, though. You get to call that shot.
I agree.
Yeah, man. That's independence right there. Respect.
And speaking of some boss shit, I'm gonna break some news on this podcast, man.
Uh-oh.
I know.
Let me do the manual sounder real quick. There's the air horns for those who don't know.
And I'm gonna get us some sound effects for the pod by next pod. I promise you I am. I forgot about it this week.
It's all good.
But yo, man, breaking news on the podcast. You know what I mean? For all my zoners out there, Corey, I'm pretty sure you're in the know by now. Yo, breaking news today. Richard Sherman signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers today, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean? Today is not August, sorry. Today is September 29th, 2021. Richard Sherman is going to the Buccaneers and joining Tom Brady and the boys. You know what I mean? Corey, I don't really have many thoughts on this. To me, this just listen. The Bucks were already the favorite.
Yeah.
You add this to that killer D. What as I don't have nothing to say. Icing more. They don't even need no icing on the cake. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I know you are a 49ers fan though, so I'm gonna let you speak more on that, man.
He's a guy who I hated when he was with the Seahawks.
Yeah.
And because he won championships with the championship with the Seahawks at the expense of blowing out my 49ers and destroying Michael Crabtree in that infamous NFC championship game where he says, don't ever try me with a sorry receiver like Crabtree. And I'm paraphrasing. As a 49er fan, that stung my heart. So he will forever be hated in my book, but respected. When he came to the 49ers, I still hated him, but I loved him when he would get us picks, about 2 or 3 times in the season.
Of course.
He's a extremely smart individual. And he's a guy that you want on your team. Absolutely. He's a guy where even though he may not be Legion of Boom status like he was, I mean, you got to look at some of the intangibles. Obviously, of course, you want him on the field. You want him on the field. No question. I mean, he's having health issues and things like that when he was with the 49ers. But, he's a guy, he don't cheat the game. He shows up definitely when he's able to play. And not only that, he's an older guy. So, you got young corners on your team, and I'm not 100% sure about Tampa Bay's corner situation age-wise, but he's a good guy to have on your team. Real quick, I will say that given the issues that he had with this summer with the domestic incident with the cops, and I think he actually has a hearing, a pretrial hearing or something of that sort that's up on Friday. Mm-hmm. I think that if any team can deal with him, it's Tampa Bay. It's the Tom Brady effect again. I hate to start off this lovely podcast with Tom Brady slurpage, as I still believe that Joe Montana is the greatest quarterback of all time, but that's just me. Not knocking anybody who says anything different. I got you. But the Tom Brady effect is one of that of calm, right? And you look at Antonio Brown, who's on that team. If Antonio
I was going to say that.
If he's on, if Antonio Brown could be on that team, then definitely Richard Sherman could be on the team, because really Richard Sherman's issue is of that of a legal one. It is of one of lapse in judgment. It is not habitual like Antonio Brown is. So they're not necessarily the same players in that regard. So I think it could work out well for Richard Sherman and the Bucks out there. Mark my words. I'll say give him about maybe 2 or 3 games to kind of get with the flow and the routes. He's probably going to be playing. He's probably not going to be doing a lot of slide. He always play the outside or whatnot. And he's a really smart guy. I mean, hell, he went to Stanford for Christ.
Absolutely.
So he's not a dummy on your team. Give him about maybe 2 or 3 games to adjust. He'll have a few interceptions before the season is over with.
We're going to see, man. You know what I mean? I think he's definitely going to have an impact. You know what I mean, on that squad. Not that they needed it, but man,
they got it.
They got it, man. Man. You know who else got it, Corey?
Yeah. Oh boy.
Or let me say, don't got it.
Yeah.
The Philadelphia Eagles, Corey.
Oh man.
To my zoners out there, you know what I mean, the football land, you know what I mean. If you didn't see the Monday night game that just passed against the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles, let me tell you, man, it was an ass whooping. It was an ass whooping. The Dallas Cowboys defeated them. I think it was 41-21.
41-21.
And if you watch the game like I watched the game, the score doesn't even justify it, Corey. It doesn't even justify how they whooped their ass. Corey, I'm going to start it off because, I come on this podcast, man. And, we on episode 24.
Yeah.
And I want to say out of all 24 episodes, Corey, every time Dallas comes up, I have nothing nice to say. Last podcast, I asked, why in the hell are they America's team?
Yeah.
I still don't know. But you know what, Corey? I'm gonna pull back the reins today from my hatred.
Yeah.
The Dallas Cowboys look damn good Monday night. And I'm almost barfing as I say that, ladies and gentlemen. Man, it pains me to say that they look good. But
Yeah.
Corey, let me tell you, man, I'm watching the game, and here's the thing, right? When I watch Dallas, I'm watching it for comedy. I gotta admit, I'm watching it only for comedy. For comedy, I'm watching it for my pure humor pleasure. Corey, I was not laughing at all at the expense of the Dallas Cowboys this past Monday night. Corey, they came to play. I'm here to compliment them in every way possible. And I mean, when I say every way possible, Corey, I mean from the defense to the offense to the special teams. Everything was on all cylinders, Corey. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest with you, Corey. I haven't seen the Dallas Cowboys clicking like that in a very long time. I'm gonna say that. They look good. We love that out of everybody, of course, on the Dallas Cowboys. We spoke on him when he went out on injury. We spoke on him when we spoke on the on the HBO special, the Hard Knocks. That looked good. I'm glad to see that he's where he needs to be as far as health. Even though I still can't stand the Cowboys. Listen, man, that defense is full of studs, Corey. Like Corey, I knew that from watching some of the Hard Knocks, Doc. But man, let me tell you, I said it before and I'm gonna say it again. That guy Micah Parsons, man.
Sure. Guy's a problem.
Listen, he's only a rookie. Am I right?
That is correct. Yep.
I'm gonna say it like this, Corey. The future is bright for that young man. If that young man stays healthy, Corey, man, I mean, we like we said before. I mean, and I hate to be the guy, but man, we talking. He could be a legend. He could be go down as one of the most. He could go down as one of the most dominant defensive players that we've seen, like ever, if he keeps this up, man. And let me tell you, man, I gotta tip my hat to the defensive coach of the Dallas Cowboys. I have to. I have to. I forget his name, but I'm so familiar with his face. You can if you can.
I don't know the defensive coordinator right offhand. I can look it up real quick.
But I watched him in Hard Knocks and just seeing how he operates and moves. Some people get up there in front for the camera and things like that. They try to put on a little show. Let me tell you, man, he's running that defense as he designed to do in the Hard Knocks doc. He really is, Corey. I must say, man. Dallas Cowboys, they played exquisite. That's all I got for them. The Eagles, though, Corey.
Whoa.
Corey, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. I was doing my prep for the show, and it dawned on me a couple podcasts back. We spoke on the Philadelphia Eagles, and I think that I was the guy, and I think I remember you laughing at me that said Joe Flacco should be starting for the Philadelphia Eagles.
That sounds like something I would laugh at. That sounds like something I would laugh at.
Corey, Corey,
because I'm laughing now, so I know I had to laugh at it.
Corey, I don't think it's so laughable now if Jalen Hurts stinks up the field again like he did this past Monday. Because you got to understand, we're going into week 4.
Yeah.
And let's not listen. let's not act like Joe Flacco isn't an NFL champion quarterback. Please, let's not act like that, Corey.
Oh, as a 49er fan, I am fully aware of him beating us in the Super Bowl and becoming a champ. Thanks a lot for that. I appreciate you for the history lesson.
Hey, man, you're welcome.
Yeah.
I'm just here to just provide some perspective for the Philadelphia fans out there as far as what may be transitioning in the next game or two. If Jalen doesn't get his act together, because, man, he stunk it up, Corey. He stunk it up. I do believe that he will get his act together. Up until last night, he looked like a solid quarterback. But man, I don't know whether to even take away from his poor performance or just keep putting more respect on the Dallas Cowboys defense, man. How did you feel about the Monday night game, man? Did you get a chance to catch it?
Yes, I did. I bleed this stuff here. I came into the game thinking that, man, this is going to be a good game.
And to cut you off, I was so in tune to it because you got to think. Well, I know you don't know. My wife is a big Eagles fan.
Oh, okay.
So we gathered around the TV, huddled up like you. I got my popcorn. You know what I mean, from the movie theater, because I like to go get the popcorn from the theater and come back to the crib. So I'm in the crib with some extra butter. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be a smoker.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I thought the game was going to be way closer than what it was. I thought on paper, it was a hell of a matchup. Like, oh, this is really going to be a good Monday Night Football game. And then the kickoff happened. A few things, and I'm definitely siding with you really on Philly and Dallas. I'm gonna talk about Dallas for a little bit. Just kind of echoing some of what you said. Michael Parsons, that guy's gonna be the truth. I am on record, and I will reiterate on record that guy, barring injury, is headed for a Hall of Fame career if he keeps this up. Not only because of his skill, but because of his attitude, which you saw a little bit in Hard Knocks. Those are the things. So he's going to be like a guy who could rally the troops, like a Richard Sherman, like a Ray Lewis, and those guys there. If he's in the Dallas fan, I know y'all are everywhere. I don't know if he's already a team captain or not, but he will be if he's not. Okay, let's go ahead and boot that now. So Michael Parsons is a problem. On the offensive side of the ball, it looked like Ezekiel Elliott finally woke up. I mean, him and Tony Pollard was running with such viciousness and really blowing up the A-gaps on any hole that was. I mean, I'm talking about just cutting through it, man. And Ezekiel Elliott in the first two games kind of looked like a shell of himself. And then I don't know if it was the fact that this was their first game home. I'm not sure what it was. It's like that Ezekiel Elliott from a few years ago. He showed up, and not only did he show up, he showed out. And Tony Pollard is right there behind them. They have a running game. They have a passing game. They have a great wide receiving core. Like, and it pains for me to say this, just like it pains for you. Dallas is getting out of the NFC East this year.
They're getting
out of the NFC East this year. They're getting out this year. And it pains me to say that.
You want to go on record tonight and say that and head into week 4?
Yeah. Look at New York. How many games New York won? None. Washington. They can't get their quarterback situation squared away.
You know what, Corey? I'm not even going to sit here. Left? I'm not even going to sit here and act like that division a few years back didn't have damn near somebody at the top of the division with a losing record. Do you remember that year when the Panthers were like 7-9? Dallas was like 8-8. And they were battling out for the wild card spot. Give me a fucking break. You know what, Corey? You're right. You're right. You're right.
Even if it's by default. Who? Philly can't do it. New York ain't doing it, and Washington ain't doing it. Let me tell you something, Cowboy fans that are possibly zoners. I don't want to hear it from y'all this year. Y'all have better make the playoffs this year. as a certified Dallas Cowboy hater, I would put money that y'all are going to make it out to play. That y'all going to make it to the playoffs as a division winner. I'm sorry. Dallas have way too many pieces on the offensive and defensive side. Barring injury, again, I always preface that, and I know we shouldn't have to say that, but somebody might didn't know what good you said, but then obviously if something happened to Dak Prescott, we know how that story goes. Obviously, I'm assuming health, y'all. But man, come on, man. Dallas looks scary good. Like they do. They do. Now, on the Philadelphia side of things, man, someone brought up a good point on one of the sports shows that you almost have to treat Jalen Hurts as if he's a rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
And he is playing like it, and it is showing. People are arguing about the offensive line. It was non-existent. Okay. I get it. That offensive line does need work. I'm not going to take away from that. But let me tell you something, Big V. What I saw, yes, while you could blame the offensive line for a lot of that stuff, a lot of mistakes that were made was on Jalen Hurts. I can't remember what quarter or anything like that, but I remember that he threw a pass to Devontae Smith from Alabama. I think I'm saying his name right. And I think Devontae Smith, he slipped, right? And that calls for an interception. And, you could kind of tell that Jalen Hurts was upset, and he was kind of giving Devontae Smith, the business a little bit. But what the broadcaster said, and I agree, it was like, well, dude, whether Devontae slipped or not, dude, you stared down. You stared him down.
Corey, I'm so glad you spoke on that. I'm gonna speak on that when you get done. Please continue.
Okay. They as a 49ers fan, I watch a lot of like behind the scenes documentary. I mean, they even talked about it on the Monday Night Countdown show, where Bill Walsh, the late great Bill Walsh, he would tell Joe Montana, when Joe Montana used to do these quarterback camps, he said, when you line up, especially from the center, you look straight ahead. Only time you use your periphery to the best that you can, right? But you never do this unless you're getting ready to throw the ball. You could tell that on Jalen Hurts, you could almost tell who his primary receiver is going to be, because he stares him down for an extended amount of time while he's still under the snap before the snap even took off. Stevie Wonder can see who he's about to throw the ball to before the center even hikes the ball, Big V. That's not on Devontae Smith. That's something Jalen Hurts has got to learn. You line up, you keep your face center. When you drop back, whether it's a 3-step, 5-step, or a 7-snap, and let alone a freaking shotgun, then after you get that, you move around. And I get it. You only got a handful of seconds to get rid of the ball. I ain't never played a game in my life. I'm just telling you what experts are saying, and I'm telling you what I'm seeing. I should not be able to tell what receiver you get ready to throw to. That's something that got to be cleaned up. And if that don't get cleaned up, they're going to be in a whole lot of trouble, because I'm with you. I'm rooting for Hurts, because Hurts had a good stretch last year or whatnot. And a lot of that is due to the fact of when you're coming in behind Wentz or whatever, a lot of times the defensive people and the defensive coordinators, they don't really know how to game plan for you. So you're kind of catching them with their pants down, if you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. But now it's like, oh, Jalen, he's going to be the starter. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead. You ain't think you think whoever this unnamed Dallas defensive coordinator is not telling his guys that? You think he's not telling Michael Parsons, hey man, look, don't even worry. I don't give a damn what type of man coverage, zone, blitz. It don't matter. Just look at that man's face. And I'm gonna tell you what, I don't know if Jalen Hurts kind of want to pull a Michael Vick and get like a visor over his helmet, like a shaded visor that kind of cut back all that stuff. But man, he got to do something, man. He's giving everything away.
Corey, here's my thing though. Like, you saying that it needs correcting. Why isn't it there already, Corey? He has been playing QB at least half of his life. The most important half was at Alabama.
Yeah.
This shouldn't even have to be said. Corey, I'm watching the whole entire game. And I played football in high school, and I was a defensive end. And so I'm sitting there watching it from a defensive end perspective when I'm watching it. You're right. He's telegraphing the pass as soon as he takes the hike. He's telegraphing where it's coming. I'm watching that slow mo, watching him watch the receiver do the route. I'm like, God damn, dude, you might as well give them your fucking playbook right now. You might as well go to the line and tell the DB and the whole defense where everybody is going, what blocker is pulling, and everything else. You might as well. And here's the thing, right? Visor or not, it has to stop.
Yeah.
Dude, that is a rookie mistake. Like you said, he's playing like a rookie. This is a rookie mistake, Corey. This is, I mean, this is terrible. Like, it has to stop. I mean, and if not, he won't. I mean, he won't last long as a starter because like I said before on this podcast, and we laughed, but you have a Super Bowl champion sitting behind you that I guarantee you won't make those rookie mistakes of staring at you. You don't get a championship staring down a receiver. You don't get a championship doing that. You don't.
And this goes back to what we were talking about with the NFC East being the NFC least, right?
Yeah.
Over the past couple of years, where you could definitely get in with a losing record. So the good news about Philly is that you're technically not out of it, right? But you got to look at it like this. And I ain't gonna front. I definitely laughed when you said Joe Flacco. Like I did, and I still do. But I do tell you this. I do think that there's something to what you're saying. Because if the blowouts are like this and you're losing games like this, because Philly will have to ask himself, Philly and management and the coach will have to ask himself, look, this is the NFC East. So do we settle and just say, hey, this is a rebuilding year, i.e. like Jacksonville or something, or like New York? No, you don't necessarily settle for a rebuilding year when you know that daggone what, it's 18 or 17 games, 18 weeks of the season, where you getting at least a good 8 games, you could be in a playoff hunt, right? In that division. I wouldn't look if it was me, and it's not. I would give Jalen Hurts. I got to see something. I'd give him about maybe another 2 to 3 more games, bro.
You got to pull them by week 5 if this keeps up. And that's being nice.
It's got to be week 4. You want to pull them at week 5? You want to pull them at week 5, big man?
I mean, we're going to week 4 right now, so I'm pretty sure that they're game planning right now on this Wednesday for whoever they got on what. Well, no, they already played this week, so now they probably game planning for next week. They have to make that call fast if they're going to bench him. I'll say that.
Yeah, I agree with that. You saying week 5, I'm saying week 6. We're basically saying the same thing. So either way, he got to get it together.
Facts. It can't go past week 5. I'll tell you that. By week 5, I promise you, Corey, you will see Joe Flacco. If he don't get it, if Jalen Hurts don't get it together.
I'm with you on that. It's gonna be close, that's for sure. But I'm rooting for the guy. I like him. I like his attitude and everything. But still got to have results. And which feed into our next subject. It's all about results, baby. It's all about results. Oh, I forgot to tell you how the rest of my weekend went on Sunday. Big V, aka Big Vito, aka Big Vito Corleone. Do you want to tell the people about this next subject here? Because I don't think this is going to go away anytime soon. Can we tell them how someone predicted that a certain someone would throw 2 touchdown passes once he got the people back? Can you tell the people that? Because this is your show. You lead, I follow. This was a real good weekend for your old boy. Yeah.
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 I came on this podcast the other day, and I said, that Jameis Winston would have more interceptions than he did touchdowns. And I guarantee you the loss. To the zoners out there, I was wrong. I was wrong on both aspects, man. The Saints ended up beating not the Tampa Bay, but they ended up beating the Patriots this Sunday. And Jameis Winston did not have more picks than he did touchdowns. I was wrong. I was wrong. I'm here to admit I was wrong. But you know what, Corey? I'm also here to admit that I was right. You know why? You know, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sitting back, just peeping the games on Sunday. And of course, I got my eye on the Saints game so I can come in here and I was hoping to come in here and talk my shit. But I kept watching the score, man, and I said, I don't think I'm going to be able to talk my shit. But some people are just some poor sports like Corey, so he had to send me a little text, you know what I'm saying, of the score.
My phone got hacked. I don't know how that message got out. You know what the famous people say? My Twitter was hacked. My phone got hacked. I don't know who sent that.
He sent me a little picture of the score. The final score was 28-13 Saints. And he also, at the bottom of the score, were the stats of the two quarterbacks.
Allegedly.
Your boy Jameis Winston was 13 of 21, 128 yards, two touchdowns.
Yeah.
No picks, ladies and gentlemen. I was wrong.
Yeah.
I was wrong. But I was also right. And I'm going to stand by it. He's still not the guy for the job, Corey. And here's why, ladies. I know y'all heard the stats and like, oh, Big V, why? What do you mean he didn't have no picks? Yes, I said I was wrong. I said that. But let me tell you why I was also right. He's still not the guy. He still stunk it up. He stunk it up still. He still stunk it up. Yo, listen. I did the math on that little 13 for 21 with 128 yards. I did the math on that.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, when you do 13 of 21 for 128 yards, that amounts to 6.9 yards per throw.
Yeah.
6.9 yards per throw. You want me to do you want me to paint a picture for you if you don't understand that? Okay, think the last time you saw Peyton Manning in the Super Bowl. Think about how boring and terrible that was, right? And you say, you know what? That was terrible. But I know you're going to say this, right? So what? He didn't throw for any picks. He protected the ball. No, let me tell you why. Not only do I think that he's not the guy for the job and the guy for this organization, the organization also thinks so too. And here's why. When you're taming a young quarterback to the point where he's averaging 6 yards a throw, you're not even trusting him to throw the ball downfield because you're scared. You're scared, you're terrified, you don't know what he's going to do, so you're not trusting him. That's what those numbers say to me. That's what those numbers say to me. I look at Mac Jones' numbers. 30 for 51, 270 yards, 1 touchdown, and yes, he had 3 interceptions. But you know what? They gave him 51 chances to throw 270 yards. They trust him. How are they trusting a rookie quarterback more than the Saints are trusting this quote-unquote veteran quarterback? You know what? You know what this tells me, Corey? They're scared. They're scared of what the fuck stupidity shit that he's going to do. Just like they should be. They're scared that he's going to film an unauthorized 30 for 30 again under their watch that they did not sign off for. That's what they're scared. That's what these numbers tell me. These numbers don't tell me much other than they're scared. They don't tell me that he's the guy for the job. You know what? They tell me quite the opposite. They tell me that what I think is exactly what the organization and what the coach thinks too. Your turn, man.
Big Vito Corleone, the godfather of this wonderful podcast that you bring to us week in and week out, that you dedicate so much effortless and great time towards putting together. I really like what we've been doing. And one thing that I've learned about you, I've known you, or at least known of you for a long time, since our high school days and known you pretty well since we moved up to Greensboro. I what I learned about you is that, man, you love these stats, bro. You love them. Big Vito Corleone is your new nickname because you are the owner of this podcast. You love stats. Stats is okay. And I love how you make the stats work for your argument, right? And you know what I call it? This ain't even your fault. Because I think you're a great guy. Not a good guy. I think you're a great guy. Big Vito Corleone, you recognize the good in people, right? And you do the same. I call it the Russell Westbrook effect. And why do you call it the Russell Westbrook? Because, see, when we talked about Russell Westbrook, see whatever episode it was, triple dubs, stats, assists, and that is great. You need it. You got to have it. No denying about that. But with Russell Westbrook, man, do those translate into deep playoff runs? If you want to call a playing game a run, all right, that's fine. Whatever. Me, I'm more of a bottom line type of individual. Let me tell you in the zone land something, Big Vito Corleone. Pre-pandemic, when my wife and I go out to a restaurant, we don't really care how the food's made, Big V. All we care about is that it hit our table. Granted, as long as nobody ain't poisoning, doing nothing crazy, but I don't really care what supplier you get the steaks from, Big Vito Corleone. I don't really care what brand of fries as long as you season them properly, Big Vito. I don't care nothing about that, right? I care about the bottom line. Now, I don't know how your restaurant taste is, but you may, and I know you can speak for yourself. You are a very intricate brother. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're just like this with sports. I don't know if you're like this with anything else, Mr. Corleone, but these numbers that you're speaking of, that's all cool. But since you want to talk numbers, Mr. Corleone, Big Vito is what I call him. I'm gonna round out some numbers, okay? I'm gonna bring you some numbers here.
Okay.
Famous Jameis Winston. QBR of this past game, 65. It's not good, right? You're right. Vito Corleone, you're correct. Oh, well, let's talk about the passer rating. Yeah, it's 110. The high is 153. It's respectable. But then I would like to round out a list of a few other winners of this past week 3. It may not be Joe Montana. And let's get it twisted. Let's not get it twisted. I'm not saying Jameis Winston's going to be Joe Montana. He ain't going to be Peyton Manning. But let's look at some winners. Well, let's see. Sam Darnold, he won this week, with a QBR of 61. And these people that I'm about to rattle off are people who had lower QBRs and passer ratings than famous James. That's what I'm about to do, Big Vito Corleone, since you like number. Sam Darnold, 63 QBR, passer rating of 105. All right. Baker Mayfield, passer rating. QBR, 40. That's not good. Passer rating, 97. They won. Oh, we're not done, Mr. Corleone. We got Mr. Lamar Jackson. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Passer rating, 47. What the? Well, wait a minute. Okay, I'm sorry. QBR, 47. A passer rating of 81. That's not a good number, Big. Oh, but they got the win. Oh, but let's keep going, Big Vito. Derek Carr, QBR, 56. Passer rate 95. Good God, that's horrible. I'm gonna use one more man in this example. Now, when I say he only had a bit of a slider, a slightly higher QBR and passer rating than Jameis Winston, you're gonna be like, who is this guy? Who is this guy? Who is this guy? This guy, Zoneland, Vito Corleone, goes by the name of Mr. Aaron Rodgers, who torched my 49ers this past Sunday night. This man, Aaron Effin Rodgers, QBR rating of 78. It's over 65 for Jameis Winston. Touche. The passer rating is of that of 113, but Jameis Winston had 110. Aaron Rodgers, I mean, he went for 23 for 33. Jameis went for 13 for 21. But all of these numbers got something in common, Mr. Corleone. They got the job done. And Big Vito, that's all that matters, man. You save that stats for baseball, maybe even basketball. But man, in the NFL, my brother, my godfather, it's hard to win in the NFL, dog. It's hard. Man, just take it, man. Jameis, you have a brother, you have a friend in me. I rest my case, Mr. Corleone.
You know,
Yeah.
I knew you was gonna say that.
Yes.
And
You know me too well.
I have nothing to say to that because you right. Like I have nothing to say. I knew you was gonna play the win card, and I would have nothing to say to that. I knew it, man. I knew it. You right. You right, boy. I'm nitpicking them stats. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to come up with what I see and what I think is right. And I say, you know what though? They got the win, man. They got the win, man.
To get the dub.
They got, hey man, hey
To
look,
get the dub.
I'm not gonna act like Jameis ain't 2-1 out here. I'm not gonna act like that because you know what,
in
Corey?
these streets.
Because you know what, Corey? He could be 0-3 like my quarterback. Let's jump into it. Let's jump right into man. Let's jump right into some Colts business. I've been holding this in all day. Colt, man, listen, Corey, let me have the floor, please.
Go ahead, brother. It's your squad. You go, boy, because I'm to the people.
I'm pissed off, Corey. I am beyond pissed off. Let's start from the top. First and fucking foremost, yo, we got Wentz. We paid Wentz the money that whatever he wanted, whatever he needed. Cool, we got him. Guess what? He gets hurt before the season. Guess what? They told us it was going to be 10 weeks.
Yeah.
But no. Miraculously, guess who was out there on week 1? Keep in mind, week 10 and week 1, major difference. Major difference. It's not like it's
0 after the win.
Whoa. It's not like it's week 7 and week 10. You know what I mean? It's not like it's week 1 and week 4. No. You told us 10 weeks my man was going to be out. I said, Corey, it's over. Week before week 1, get an alert on my phone. Carson Wentz would be starting week 1. I threw my phone. I said, you know what? He's going to get killed.
He's going to get killed. Something else.
If you say so. You know what I mean? If you say, I know it can be, but in this particular instance, where you say, boy, they need to give that to everybody. You know what I mean? Because if you can put somebody from week 1 to week 10, man, let me tell you, man, yeah, that needs to be like some over the counter type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
facts.
Like, man. So week 1, what happened? I remind y'all what happened in the zone land. If you don't know, my Colts got smashed. Week 2, what happened? Oh, they're talking about they're gonna go with some of the backups. I think his name is Huntley or whatever. Him and the other guy gonna be they're battling out for practice of who is going to be the starter for week 2. Guess who was the starter for week 2? Carson fucking Wentz. Why? And what happened? Same thing that happened week 1. The O-line, the O-line was invisible. He was out there. He was out there playing 1 on 11 miles would have been. And guess what? Guess who got smashed? The Colts. And guess who else got double smashed? You guessed it. Our quarterback, Carson fucking Wentz. Oh, but guess what? That ain't enough though. That ain't enough because guess what though? Guess what? We go into week 3. Guess who's the starter? Once again, keep in perspective. I'm gonna go back to the beginning. He was supposed to be out to at least week 10. We're here in week 3. Guess who's the starter? You guessed it. Carson fucking Wentz. And guess what happened, ladies and gentlemen, out here in the zone land this week?
Oh my God.
We got smashed yet again. Yet again. So guess who's going to week 4? 0-3. You guessed it, the Indianapolis Colts. Colts organization, Colts fans. I'm here to tell y'all now, going into week 4, I'm guaranteeing it, Corey. I'm guaranteeing it. The Colts will not make the playoffs. No way possible. You know why, Corey? Because guess what? We spoke on Joe Flacco being a championship quarterback. Guess what? It starts with the quarterback. Guess who don't have a quarterback? The Indianapolis Colts. We don't have a quarterback. Wentz is too fucked up to even be thinking about starting. What are we doing? And it's showing. It's showing. And guess what? If it's not showing, it's definitely showing that the offensive line don't give a damn.
Oh my gosh.
It's definitely showing the offensive line don't give a damn. They might as well have me and my kids out there trying to protect that man. We can go with me and my 3 kids. You know what I mean? That's 4 people. With Wentz, that'll be 5. We can run 5 on 11. I guarantee I can pick up a linebacker or 2, and so can my 5-year-old son. Maybe my 7-year-old daughter can maybe pick up a blocker or 2. I don't know. You know what I mean? My 19-year-old daughter, she's pretty athletic. Maybe she can go out there and catch for a pass. I don't know. I do know, Corey, we would not be making the fucking playoffs this year. No. Let me tell you, man, this is bad. This is terrible. Like, yo, let's just say we go with the backups, right? How seasoned are you? How seasoned are they? It's not. So now, guess what? We have to limit our offensive scheme because we're not sure of the quarterback that we have at hand. Speaking of the backup, it's not going to go well going into week 4, 0-3. Like, we don't even have the confidence because we haven't even sniffed the win yet. This is bad. This is bad, Corey. This is an atrocity. This is to give it a compliment.
Man, you know, when I heard about Carson Wentz, not one but both ankles.
Oh my God.
Injured. I was just like, I immediately thought of the week 1 start versus the week 10. And you know, what's crazy is that on paper, like, he looks good, right? Like, and he just can't stay. I've never seen an injury where both ankles got hurt on one play, or at least in the same game. And what I'm also looking at is that you said it already, where the offensive line is borderline non-existent, right? And that O-line, I get it. You could technically blame everything. I really thought that y'all would have a better balanced running game with Jonathan Taylor in your backfield. And while he's good, I don't know if it's him. I get it. Everything falls on the O-line. You know, you got Michael Pittman Jr. to throw to, and it's like, y'all got players there with Mo Alley Cox, and you got a good tight end and Jack Doyle and so forth and so forth. And I mentioned Pittman Jr. already. It's like, man, what is wrong with this picture? And it seems like historically, even during the Andrew Luck era, it's like the owner, his name is escaping me at this moment. He is allergic to really getting serious about getting the O-line. Jim Irsay, right? Yeah, thank you, Jim Irsay. It's like, that is what drove Andrew Luck out of the NFL. What you just saw Sunday of week 3, what you just saw Sunday of week 2, and what you just saw Sunday of week 1. It's the same song, different verse. I don't know why. Maybe they're trying. I don't know, because you look at the Cowboys' offensive line. That Prescott could literally take a nap under center and still get a playoff, right? Mm-hmm. And I get it. That's hard. I know that the left tackle, if I'm not mistaken, the Colts left tackle he got hurt. Yeah. So is he still out, or
he's still out? Yeah, he's still out.
Okay. Yeah. So maybe, and I don't know, because they were saying week 10 for him. Maybe they'll shoot him back up and bring him back. I know the left tackle is kind of like the quarterback of the offensive line. If I had to give a little bit of ray of sunshine, maybe things will be better when he gets back. But good God, if you're talking about week 10, forget playoffs.
We got to survive to then, Corey.
You got to survive. And you're talking about in your division, the AFC South, you don't have much of a threat other than Tennessee.
Yeah.
But Tennessee is 2-1. Like Houston, we're not worried about Houston. Okay. Jacksonville, you don't have to worry about them. Right? Y'all biggest competition is going to be the Tennessee Titans. But it starts with a win, man. And they got to just do something with the offensive line. I don't know why Ursay don't get it through his head. Like, look, yeah, quarterbacks is cool. You need that. But what I'm seeing and what we just rattled out about in our last segment, which your Baker Mayfields, your Jameis Winston, your Sam Darnolds, man, you can win some games with mid-level quarterbacks as long as you got a decent offensive line and a good defense. And I mean, hell, are y'all in a rebuilding year? I mean, what are we doing? I don't know. I don't know what this year is supposed to be. I don't know what y'all identity is from an ownership and a franchise standpoint. Are we rebuilding this year? Because, and I get it, you can't plan on quarterbacks getting hurt. I give you that. But let me tell you something, BV. Even if Carson Wentz was still playing, or is playing, obviously, the offensive line is going to let him get torpedoed. It ain't going to matter. I don't know. That's tough to watch, man.
It's hard for me as a fan, Corey.
Yeah, harder for you.
I promise you, man. Like here we are, 0-3. I'm telling you, we're not making the playoffs.
That's
Nothing, Corey. Like no, we, and I would have accepted it more if I knew that we didn't rush Wentz back. I know we rushed him back. Right. You're going to get him fucking killed, dude. That's what you're going to do. You're going to get him killed. He hurt both of his ankles. No way in hell he's supposed to be there week 1. No, no, man. I'm going to tell you somebody else that won't be there week 1 of the NBA season. In his old stomping grounds. We talked about it on this podcast last time. It's the homie Ben Simmons, man.
Big Ben.
Corey, I had to send you this topic, man, because some funny shit is going on right here. You know what I mean? Like
unbelievable.
If you're not up to speed, my people in the zone land, Ben Simmons has told the 76ers that he won't be there when training camp starts.
Yeah.
He would not be playing another game for the 76er organization.
That's right.
We spoke on it last podcast. But now, Corey, I think things are getting a little petty. You know what I mean? Ben Simmons here recently had some older teammates from the 76er organization that wanted to fly out to I think it was LA where Ben Simmons was residing at the time. And basically, man, Ben Simmons told him, "Nah, I'm cool on that."
Kick rocks. Kick rocks.
He basically told him, "Nah, don't come." He told him, "Don't come." This is some funny shit, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Let me tell you something, man. I can imagine me being one of the players that was on the other end of that phone call. Yo, what's good, my guy? Keep in mind, we was just cool. It was all good just a week ago. You know what I mean? So in my mind, bro, I didn't mess up your contract, or I'm not the owner of the organization. I'm your guy we was kicking the locker room. You know what I mean? I came to your crib. You know what I mean? You came to my baby's first birthday. You know what I mean? You came to my bar mitzvah, all that. So I call you trying to kick it out in LA, trying to find out, can we link up and get some Roscoe's? And you like, nah, don't even take that flight, big dog.
Save your money.
Corey, I wanna read I want to read something from crossingboard.com.
Yeah.
That spoke on this. It said the Philadelphia 76ers players wanted to travel to LA this week to meet with Ben Simmons and spend time convincing their all-star teammate to commit to the 2021 and 22 season with them. But they were informed not to come and that Simmons did not want to meet Sources tell The Athletic. The core leaders on the 76ers, such as Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris, and Matisse Thybulle, I don't know how to say his name. We
Yeah, I
just
know
say
you're talking
Matisse.
about.
And
Yeah.
most of the team were set to take a jet to see Simmons before being turned away. Sources said. Multiple sources said Simmons didn't want his teammates, some of whom he considered friends, to make the Philadelphia to LA commute out of courtesy because he won't change his mind on wanting a trade. Simmons has mentally checked out as a member of the 76ers, sources said, meaning whether or not he even appears in Philadelphia this season, the organization may never again receive the same dedicated player. Corey, what are your thoughts, man?
You know, when I first heard this, my wife, she loves Twitter. Like, she don't post a lot, but she reads it. Like the way I read Apple News, when I'm just scrolling and getting news articles and stuff like that. She's like that with Twitter, and Twitter is a news outlet, whether you love it or hate Twitter.
Absolutely. I love Twitter.
And when she told me this, I said, "You got to be kidding me! This is a joke, right? This is a practical joke. Someone's pulling my leg. This can't be like." I'm like, "Honey, you can't believe every single thing you hear on Twitter." And not saying that she does, but I'm just like, okay, but let's see who else it comes from. And then she does some digging. This is not only just coming from Twitter, Big Vito, Coleon, this is also coming from TMZ. Now, TMZ, Big V, is damn near close to the gospel that you're going to get outside the Bible. And then, you know, you got a couple other websites, NBA Ballers. I'm like, okay, all right, whatever. The next thing I know, I've seen it on ESPN. So, wait a minute. This is a practical joke, right?
Yeah.
You're kidding me. Look here. Look at me. The fact that you still have people on that team, whether they was pushed by management or whether they came and did this on their own to say, hey, you know what? This is still our brother until we see something different. Let me tell you something, Big V. I don't necessarily not Ben Simmons for saying, yo, don't waste your time. Don't come out here. But what I do fault him for is that, dude, you can't even hear us out. Like, I would even see if he said something to the effect of, you could come out here if you want. I would never stop. We could meet up, but my mind is made up. There's nothing you could say. But man, you know what? On the strip that you're my guy or my guys, man, hey, we could talk about Philly for 5 minutes, but then we need to talk about what club we about to go to. We about to talk about what bar we about to go to. We could just sit back and play 2K for all I care. But don't come. But if you want to come out, so let me get this right, Big Vito. You stink up the joint in the playoffs. You don't shoot threes because you don't want to shoot threes. You don't attack the basket because you don't want to attack the basket. You passing up a wide open dunk in a game 6 or game 7, whichever game it was that would have sent them to the Eastern Conference Finals. You pass up all that, right? Now, if I'm your teammate, I'm pissed, right? Even at that moment, I'm definitely pissed. But then even looking back, because these years in sports, Big V, they go by so quick. You can sit here and say, oh, well, we'll get it next year. The next thing you know, it's 10 years later, you ain't got no ship. Philly is a championship winning team today, or contender today, right? And so the fact I'm getting is, forget what me and you got to say. You know, forget what the fans got to say. Forget what ESPN and Fox Sports, anything that do any type of sports broadcasting got to say. But your teammates, you let them down. Regardless, you let them down. And you mean to tell me I can't have a conversation with you, bro? I can't fly out to see you? You shitting on me too. Like, we're all responsive and respective of what you're going through. But after a while, Big V, you either admit that you need some type of help, whether it's with your physical form of a basketball therapist, or even if it is upstairs mental. I would never crap out on mental awareness. That's never been my Steve or whatever. But dog, you need to either admit that you got help, that you need help, or I'm not messing with you, but you need to tell me I can't get a conversation, no man. I can't find out the talk. What you say your boy Patrick Beverly said before the season, don't talk to me. You we can't talk though. We can't talk. We can't have a conversation. Big V, let's just say hypothetically, you and I, we disagree on whatever. And due to our friendship, our closeness, even if you're like, well, you know what, man, let's just say I just do something to destroy this podcast. You get somebody else in here, right? And it's like, Dad, man, Big V, man, I know I intentionally bombed the podcast. I need help, dog. And it's like, yo, but I want to talk to you about it. You're like, nah, dog. Nah, I done moved on. Okay, but look, I'm not even saying I need my job back, Big Vito. I'm just saying, can I fly out from California to Greensboro to holler at you? Nah, dog. Nah. That's crazy.
Especially,
That's all I got, bro.
especially the fact that they said he considers some of these players his friends. That's crazy.
Like that, who needs enemies?
And you know what, Corey? You forgot to add on the fact that he didn't add the mid-range game. That's the least you could have did. You couldn't even add on a mid-range game to your game. Like, on top of that, Corey, what makes it crazy is where the fuck do he think that he's gonna go? I knew we threw out some places that would maybe be nice, just wishful thinking wise.
Yeah.
But like you said, that Philly team is built to win now. Whether he knows it or not, they're no different from the Bucks. Let's keep it a stack.
There you go.
They're no different. They don't really have a they don't have a sexy roster like the Lakers. No. But damn if they don't have some hard-nosed players, man.
Yes, sir.
And like we said in this last podcast when we spoke on this, y'all were one lucky shot from Kawhi Leonard away.
Mm-hmm.
That ball tip, tap around that rim to the point that you can't do nothing about that.
Yep.
Man, listen. You couldn't have played no better than what you played. But you build on that.
Yeah.
And again, I guess it's easy for me to say because I don't know what's going on within the organization. I don't know I don't know the rumblings. I don't know what he's hearing. But man, you was my homie just a week ago, big dog. I can't come out. I can't take the jet to come see you. I
can see if it was Doc Rivers trying to talk to him.
It's the homies.
That Rivers is acting like he ain't saying nothing. Like, nah, dog, you said something. Yeah. I don't necessarily blame you for saying it, but we ain't talking about management. We talking about the homies.
He don't want to deal with corporate right now. But the employees, the one that was in the trenches with you, the one that was there to wipe the tears away when that Kawhi Leonard shot fell in. Man. It's the homies, big dog.
Yeah.
It's we gonna take the jet to come out there to see you, grab some Roscoe's. Man, look, let's keep it 1,000, right? They probably don't give a damn if Ben Simmons come back. They're getting rich anyway. They want to come out there to LA for the women out there in the bikinis and the skates. We know what it is. You want to get you some Roscoe's. You want to see some palm trees. You want to go out there and check on your homie. All that. Yo, look, bro. Man, they want us to come out here and talk to you. Listen, we know your mind made up, bro, but we're going to come out here and check on you. We loading up jet right now. Just imagine, you said all that.
So, if nothing else, we can just sell ownership that we tried, whether we really did or not.
And look, we ain't got to talk about no basketball, bro. We can get on 2K, get some Roscoe's, do whatever you're trying to get into. Stay in the pool, see how you living. Homie said, nah, don't even worry about that, big dog. Turn the jet around midair. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about. Oh, you calling me from the sky right now? Nah, tell the pilot to turn that thing around, big dog. Matter of fact, I'm gonna catch a jet out of LA and go somewhere else. This is. Listen, man. This is crazy.
Yeah.
This is petty. This is crazy. This shouldn't even be news. Come on.
Yeah.
This shouldn't even be
That's
news.
crazy. That's crazy. It should not be news. I didn't believe it when I first heard it. I barely believe in them. But
I'm telling you, bro, like this, oh man. Obviously he's out. God bless him, and hopefully he land a spot in the NBA before the season start. Keep in mind, preseason is already kicked off.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna stick to my prediction that I said last podcast. If he went out so bad, he's gonna have to agree to some sort of a buyout.
Absolutely. Nobody's picking up that $96 million contract right before preseason.
No way.
Nobody can afford it.
Somebody gonna have to get hurt at best, and then you talking about picking up that contract, Big V.
Yeah, man. Nobody's touching that contract. No, he gonna have to do a buyout, and
he got to. That's the only way. Either that or just get fined for every game he don't play. He gonna be losing money. So either way, he gonna be losing money, dog.
Either way, we're gonna keep our eyes on this situation.
Yes, we are.
This is turned funny. This is turned petty. This is hilarious, dog.
This has all the makings of a soap opera. I'm a huge Young and the Restless fan, and I'm telling you, when I tell you the ingredients for soap operas, this is it. This is it. Because let me tell you something, Big V. I know we about to wrap. Man, look, as a grown man, you're a grown man. I don't chase nobody grown for a conversation, male or female. I'm not chasing you down for a conversation. I may say, hey, look, I want to talk. Okay, you don't say nothing? Okay, I'm assuming you're going to want to talk to me when you're ready to talk. But then that's it. I don't put it out there. Hey, look, honey, we need to talk. Okay, all right, cool. That's it. I ain't chasing nobody down for no conversation, dog. And I'm damn sure enough, if I had to chase somebody down for a conversation, if I had to, it'd have to be my mother and my wife.
Yeah.
And even that got some limitations on it.
Yep.
But a grown man, bro, don't talk to me. Don't talk, as Big Vito Corleone would say.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Come on, bro.
That's what he told. That's what he told him, man. He hit the Patrick Beverly on him. That's what he told him.
He did.
That's what he told him, man. Don't talk to
me.
Man, this is crazy, man. Yo, man, shout out to everybody that be tuning in each and every week. You know what I mean? Whether it be through SoundCloud, YouTube, catching the clips on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that, man. We appreciate everybody that be tapping in, man. You know what I'm saying? Whether you disagree or you agree, you're still here. You're still here. You know what I mean? First and last time listeners. We appreciate y'all, man, for sure.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Corey, you already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? We got the Thursday night game popping off next tomorrow. We're gonna keep our eyes on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And see how that play out. And of course, be hitting you up through the week, man. You know what I mean? Especially on Sunday. You know what I mean? So we can talk our shit. I would be talking our shit. You know what I'm saying?
You know
what I mean? All my peoples out there, please stay zoned out. Please stay tuned in. How you be tuning in, man? Until next time, man. We're going to get with y'all, man. Corey, be safe, man. Stay sucker and COVID free, my guy.
Yes, sir.
Peace, bro. Peace,
all right,
peace.
Brother.
One.